Hey guys, what's up? Emo Cat Dad here, hanging out with you, bringing you yet another edition of Emo Cat Dad Listen. If you're new here, then what I do is every day of 2024, I vow check out a new band or artist. Check out 4 songs from across their discography, give you my initial thoughts on the songs, give you my ranking of the songs, and then of course give you my overall thoughts on the band or artist. As you can see right there, today's band is Demon Hunter. This was a very kind suggestion from one of you kind viewers, so please keep those suggestions coming. If you think of a band or artist that I absolutely need to check out, please go down, leave them in the comments below so I can check them out on a future episode. That being said, let's focus on this episode. So what do I know about Demon Hunter? So I've heard the singer, I think his name is Ryan, on a handful of podcasts over the years. So I know they're a metal Christian band. On one of those podcasts, they played a track, but honestly, I don't even remember which one it was. It didn't really stick with me. So I don't tend to like too much Christian metal music. It always kind of seems to come off as too preachy. I don't know if that's the case with Demon Hunter or not. I do like bands like August Burns Red, and I recently did one of these on The Devil Wears Prada where I said pretty nice things about them. So maybe I'm just growing as a human. But without any further ado, let's get into Demon Hunter. Okay, so color me surprised. I did not realize Demon Hunter had been a band so long. Seems like their first release was back in 2002. So it seems like most of their stuff that got traction has come out since like the early 2010s. So because they have such a vast discography, I think I'm just going to start there with their most popular stuff. And the earliest record, that's one of their top songs on Spotify, is The World is a Thorn from 2010. And I checked out Collapsing. I see the fear of nothing left, dead fragments. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm surprised because there's electronics in here. I never really thought of Demon Hunter being a band that includes electronics, so that was pretty interesting to me. Now, after the first little bit, they kind of go away, which was disappointing. They do end up coming back at the very end of the track, but I would have liked to see them sprinkled in at least a little bit more. The only other real negative here was they had a breakdown, which, not negative. Breakdowns are usually cool, but they put a guitar solo over it, so I mean, I guess it's an interesting choice at least, but it was kind of cringe. So there is a feature on this. I don't know the artist at all. Its name's Bjorn, so I'm assuming he's Swedish or Finnish. I think he just did something in the pre-chorus, because that's really the only time I heard the singers change off. So it's kind of a waste of a feature if you're just going to have them read 2 lines for a pre-chorus, but he sounded okay, at least. Ryan's vocals were good. The music was good. It was more Avenged Sevenfold-y than I expected, which, I mean, 2010, I guess that was probably the band you want to emulate at that time in this genre, so I get it. Alright, the next song I checked out was off their True Defiance album, released in 2013, and I checked out I Am a Stone. It's in my blood, it's in my lungs. Alright, so this one, again, kicks off with a cool element. There's orchestral sounds right off the bat, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. Maybe this is what Demon Hunter does. They always add like a cool new sound at the beginning. I thought it was cool at first. They kept the same orchestral movement repeating over and over again throughout the entirety of the song. Now, I was pretty annoyed of it before we even got to the 2-minute mark. And this is almost a 6-minute song. That being said, for a 6-minute song, there was no prolonged musical breaks, so I appreciated that. The lyrics were a little bit repetitive on this track. However, I will say that this song, like the last, the lyrics weren't overtly preachy, so I do appreciate that. That's kind of the Christian metal music that I find cringe, is when it's very clear that they're singing about Jesus, and I'm just like, I get it, you love Jesus, let's move on. Nothing against Jesus. I like Relient K a whole lot, but even their songs like that, I'm like, okay, let's go. Alright, next up is 2014's Extremist, and I checked out The Last One Alive. Angels fall, darkness reigns. Okay, I'm surprised here. First off, no fun element at the beginning, which is kind of a downer, I guess, but musically, this song's like pretty squarely in my wheelhouse. It's got a lot of pop sensibility about it. The lyrics here are probably the most on the nose of any of these three tracks, but it's still not overtly on the nose, so I can deal with it. There's a guitar solo here as well. It is better than the one on Collapsing, but we probably still didn't need it. Alright, so from 2014 to 2024, we're jumping 10 years, as Demon Hunter released a new song earlier this month called Worlds Apart, so I checked that out. Oh, Demon Hunter, we were doing so good. Way too long of an intro here. If you guys are new here, I don't like long intros, I don't like long outros, I don't like extended musical breaks in the middle, especially if they don't do anything. This one did switch up the music beat a little bit in the first 30-ish seconds, but still went on way too long. Overall, the music was fine. I don't think it was as outstanding as the last, but they took some extended musical breaks in this song as well that weren't needed. Vocally, Ryan's Uncleans did little for me. It was kind of weird sound. I don't know if it was a production thing where the vocals were too low in the mix or if it was a choice they made, but it just sounded like, you know, when someone's trying to learn how to scream, so they're doing this really low. And so he did that in the mic, and they were like, let's just turn it up as much as we can without getting gain, and it was not nearly high enough. That being said, the cleans were really good. I actually probably enjoyed those the most out of any part vocally on any of these tracks. However, the cleans are there for maybe a total of a minute, and it's always the same. It's like a chorus, I guess. They have it once at the beginning. When that first hit, I was like, oh, that's a really good chorus. I'm so excited for that to come back. And then they ignored it. We get like a line repeated from the chorus cleanly in the middle of the track, and then the last 45-ish seconds, the chorus comes back again with the cleans, and they repeat it twice. Honestly, repetition, normally not a fan, but in that case, I was just so happy to have the cleans back that, you know, I was happy. Alright, so those are 4 Demon Hunter tracks I checked out. Let's rank them. At number 1, The Last One Alive. This just musically was right in my wheelhouse, so obviously it's going to be my favorite of these 4 tracks. Like I said, lyrics probably the most on the nose on this one, but I can overlook that because I had such a fun time with the music. At 2, I'll go Collapsing. I just really wish those electronics came back more, would have elevated the song to a whole new level, but overall, I didn't have too many problems with it. But just no guitar solos over breakdowns, please. At 3, I'll go Worlds Apart. I know I had quite a bit complaints about this, but there was also some moments that I really loved, which is enough to get it in the 3rd spot. At number 4, I Am a Stone. I'm not Emma Stone, the actress. This sounds too much like Emma Stone. I know she just got her 2nd Oscar, Demon Hunter, but you don't need to ride her coattails with a song from over 10 years ago, before she even had an Oscar. Not too much to say about this one. The orchestral element that I really enjoyed at first got old rather quickly. The song was way too long, and I was just like, oh my god, is this over yet? So very easily in the bottom. Yeah, sorry, Demon Hunter fans that love the song. It's not for me. Alright, so what are my overall thoughts on Demon Hunter? Honestly, I'm surprised. I really expected me to not like this band at all. I expected the lyrics to be super preachy. I expected the music to be super generic metal. And I mean, we did get a little bit of that on the most recent track, but I'm not running into that too much because I expected to get it on all the tracks. And they honestly gave me some stuff that I did not expect from them. The lyrics were not too on the nose, so I appreciate that. So yeah, I can see why this band has such a rabid fan base that's been following them for over 2 decades now. Alright guys, thank you so much for checking out this Emo Cat Dad Listens on Demon Hunter. Hope you come back and check out tomorrow's episode. But hey, since you're here, you might as well get in those comments, give me some suggestions of other bands I should check out. Maybe you know another Christian metal band that you think I'll dig in the same vein of Demon Hunter. Maybe you know a hip-hop artist or a pop singer or just a regular rock band that you want me to check out. Leave them in the comments. I'll try to get to it on a later episode. I'm doing one of these every single day of 2024. We're at day 90, which is getting close, that first big milestone. I haven't missed a date yet. But I also want you to be a part of the conversation. Leave your comments below of not only the suggestions that I asked for, but give me your thoughts on Demon Hunter. Are you a fan? What's your favorite song? What do you like about the band the most? Is there any songs that I missed that I absolutely need to check out based on what I said here? Let me know below. But most importantly, guys, need you to cut my wrists and hit subscribe. Emo Cat Dad signing off. Until next time, I want to hear you sad.